Angry guy here, and homeless women can't escape the streets. Homeless women can't escape the streets. Let's just go ahead and jump right into the video.
All right, so what's your name?
Drea,
Drea, how old are you?
22,
Where you from originally?
Phoenix, Arizona. Born in Tucson, but Phoenix.
All right. What's your current situation?
Right now,
Are you out here working?
yeah, I'm out here working. I'm not homeless or nothing, but definitely out here working, trying to make some money. You feel me? I got kids and bills. So,
Alright.
yeah.
So you kind of struggling though?
Yeah, I had lost my 9 to 5, so I was like, rent started coming up, Christmas is coming up, and you feel me? How I look, you gotta use what you got. You feel me? So I was like, I'm about to, sell what I got to make some money.
What kind of job were you doing before you were out
Call
here?
center on the phone, like a square.
Okay. How much were they paying you, and how many hours were you working?
16 hour, 8-hour shifts. Now I'm making about $1,500 a night, 6-hour shifts.
$1,500 a night.
Yeah.
I'm in the wrong business.
But you gotta realize, like, you gotta pay for all your necessities. Like outfits alone, every time you go get an outfit, it's gonna be $150. You feel me? Shoes, $150. You gotta eat, you gotta smoke, you gotta do all that.
So, you're not clean?
No. I am on blues.
Are you?
Yeah. I've been on them for about 4 years.
You don't look like the type of person.
So it's interesting. Some of you guys actually told me in the comments that these people are using a thing called blues, and I was literally in shock. Like, y'all are right. Like, y'all know what's going on in Arizona. Like, I guess it's an Arizona thing. Like, they've got the blues out there, and they've all got the blues. They're all on blues, and it's unbelievable. But she actually looks pretty good, because a lot of the women who are on blues, evidently, they have these breakouts on their face. It looks just terrible, and it evidently maybe ages them quite a bit. But she looks actually pretty decent for somebody on blues, and at least she's honest. Like, she's not like lying about it. She's real about it. She's making $1,500 a night, she said, though. And guys, as you can see, these women have no financial literacy. $1,500 a night. So realistically, they could be out there working almost every single day. Many of them are probably out there working almost every single day, and then in the end, they have almost no money at all. She said that she was making $16 an hour at a call center. So if that's $16 an hour, and we're going to multiply that by 8 hours for the day, that works out to $128. We multiply that by 5, that's 640. We multiply that by 52, and that would work out to about $33,280 for a year in annual pay. And then if you factor out taxes, so let's say you can take out around 30%. She'd probably be pulling in maybe around 23,000 to 25,000 after taxes and everything else are taken out. If she's taking in $1,500 every single day, and you multiply that by 30, then she would really be pulling in about $45,000 in a single month. If you want to look at that based on, let's say, if she was just working 5 days a week, that's going to be $7,500. And if we multiply that by 4, that still ends up working out to $30,000 in a single month. And over the course of 1 year, that's $7,500 a week. 1 year, that's going to be $390,000. So she'd be pulling in almost $400,000 a year if she was just doing this every week for 5 days a week. And guess what? She doesn't have any of that money. She's burning through it. She makes that, like she said, she's spending like $150 on a dress. That's kind of ridiculous. Shoes, stuff like that. So guys, how many dresses is she going through? Is she wearing a new dress every single day? Like guys, they're buying, like, could you imagine making that kind of money and then doing this? And the thing is, she's young. She's like, what, 22? But they burn out quickly, because she might be young right now. Maybe she hasn't maybe she hasn't had the blues for a long time, for been with them for a long time, but eventually it's going to catch up to her. Her body will wear away, and the amount of money that she was making, it will go down because the guys are not going to pay the same kind of money they're spending now with her. She won't be able to see the same amount of men. And guys, this is crazy. Could you imagine how many dudes she has to literally be going with in a single day to be making that kind of money? And of course, there's some dudes who are literally going to try to act like someone should be out here trying to wife this. Like, what are you thinking? Like, what are you really thinking? What guy in his right mind would actually want to go and mess around with this and have a relationship knowing that this is the choices that she's made and this is the life that she's chosen to live? Like, you could really put yourself into some serious trouble. You can mess with your health. Like, why would you do that? Why would you play yourself like that? But let's go ahead and continue listening.
Yeah, I know. I do keep myself up, but I don't look as myself as any better than any other. You feel me? I've struggled right along with them. I've been homeless behind them, lost my car behind them, lost my house behind them, lost my respect behind them. Right now, it's just more of a, like, do it to time to go by, like when I do my dates, so I don't feel it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you've been homeless before?
Yeah, I was homeless like a year ago, behind these. Yeah.
Were you?
Yeah. Nobody wanted to take me in anymore. Hang on. Hello? No, I'm right here doing the interview real quick. I'll be right back.
It's interesting that she said no one wants to take her in anymore. No one wants to take her in anymore because she's basically destroyed those relationships. She was definitely in one of those housing facilities, and she went right back to the streets to go and do this. Because if you're on the street, if you're in one of these places, they're not going to allow you to just do what you want. They're not going to allow you to be on blues. They're not going to allow you to be out there in the streets, going with dudes like this, being an evening delight. This is why he likes to call them lady of the night. They're not going to allow you to do this type of thing. And these women are unruly. And like I said, they have no financial literacy. The kind of money that this woman is making in a single month, that could set her up for 10 years if she were to spend wisely, invest that money carefully. But no, she's not going to do that. She's going to burn through it as quickly as she possibly can. And then she's going to end up with nothing. And these are the same types of women that then turn around and blame men for their situation, for their hardships. And, they get together with these women and these women's groups, and they act like it's a man's world. And it's, because they're all feminists, but, it's a man's world. And, they're shocked at how men have let things get to this point. Like, women will never recognize any of the things that they've done. Most women will never acknowledge the damage that these movements have done. Me Too has done, what Me Too Part 2 is doing now. They'll never acknowledge it. Many of them will never acknowledge the evils that they've done as a result of the choices that they've made. They'll never acknowledge feminism and the choices they made. I said this already and I'll say it again. The label feminism may go away, but the legacy of feminism will live on. These women will still be feminist in nature. They will still have those ideals inside of them. Even if they try to pretend to be something else, they are still feminist. That is what's inside of their hearts. That's who they are. They are not going to change because they cannot change. They've been like that their entire lives, and it's not going to improve anytime soon. They made that decision. Their personalities can't change. They have that masculine energy inside of them as well. And that's just how it is.
What was I saying?
How long were you homeless for?
About 4 months, and it was a long 4 months. I had a car. I was in Phoenix, in Mesa. I was in Mesa. Okay. But I had a car. You feel me? I didn't have my kids at the time. I left them with their dad. I don't want them living in the car with me. Yeah. So I kind of lost the relationship with my kids for that 4 months. I got really skinny and nasty, like 98 pounds small, and I'm like 156 now. So I got my weight back up.
Congratulations.
But yeah, just lying about it, just not being truthful. Your family, they're sick of that shit. They're like, I know you're like, I see it in your face. You bring that shit over here. That shit stinks, for one. You can't hide it when you do it. Yeah, so brother didn't want me. Mom didn't want me. Siblings didn't want me. I'm like, damn, like, I was really on the streets, and I was pregnant too. I was pregnant. I just had a baby 3 months ago.
Guys, It's crazy. She's saying these things, but think about it very carefully. Brother didn't want me. Mother didn't want me. What did she say? Sister. She basically destroyed her relationships with everyone, and you really don't know the entire story because she may not admit to it that she stole from these people. She may not admit to the living nightmare that she put these people through. They can't have her around. They can't trust her anymore. That's how it is, guys. Once you mess up, like, women don't understand about how M2 works and feminism is really going to affect them because the trust is gone. Men no longer trust women in Western society. They don't trust them. Even if all the laws were changed suddenly, they won't be. They'll take a long time, and they probably won't ever really truly change. Even if they were all to change suddenly and men made huge major inroads, men would not rush off. They wouldn't be rushing to get married. They would just be enjoying themselves, like, all right, so things are now better for us, so we're just going to enjoy that and take advantage of that. But we're not going to rush to go and get married. We're not going to rush to have children. We're not going to rush to get in relationships with Western women. We don't trust them anymore. We don't trust them. We're not going to put ourselves out there. No.
Yeah, so when I was like 5 months, I just broke down. Like, I didn't have nobody. Like, I'm like, my baby, I got 4 months till this baby's due. Yeah. So I checked into got clean, had my baby clean and everything. And then I started doing this and got back into him.
So how long have you been doing the type of work that you're doing now?
I just started like a month ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're new to all this
stuff
out here.
I was doing it when I was not supposed to be doing it, you feel me? When I was younger, under 18. But now I'm 22, you feel me?
You were younger than 18?
Yeah, I did it like 6 years ago. No guidance, just...
See, guys, that's another thing. You have to be out here careful in the streets because you really don't know who you're picking up. This is why I say, if you want to have fun, if you want to do something, go where it's legal. Go down to TJ, go to Hong Kong. There's a lot of better places than Hong Kong as well. I used to mess with a lot of other places. Go to TJ. Have fun in TJ. Go get what you want, get what you like. You get some high quality stuff over there. The price is right. I mean, $30, bro. You can find something for $30 in TJ. I'm being real with y'all. You can find something decent for $30 in TJ. It's not going to be top of the line, but it'll be decent. They'll get the job done. Trust me on that. And if you want something really high quality, $120, $120, $120, $150, and you'll be all right. I'm telling you, you have to wake up to the reality. The reality is that Western society is completely done. It's obliterated, and men need to stay away from it. I mean, listen to what she basically said. Like, she had a place to live. She destroyed all the relationships that she had with her family. Why would any man in his right mind get into a relationship and bring that and invite that into his life? What do you guys think regarding all of this, guys? Homeless women can't escape the streets. I want to know your thoughts. Let's talk about them in the comments. We'll talk about them more.
In the streets thinking you're grown.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I wasn't grown at all.
So how was your childhood growing up? Did you have both parents, mom and dad?
Yeah, I had both my parents. Still got, my mom did pass away in 2020, but I had both my parents. I was adopted. Okay. My biological mom, she's bipolar, schizophrenic. Anytime you go around her, it's issue. Like, she's the type of mom who talks to her kids the way you would never talk to your kids. Calling them all types of. That with you when you love somebody like that, and they talk to you like that, it breaks you down.
She had all the opportunities in the world. What do you think regarding this, guys? I want to know your thoughts in the comments. Like the video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you like the video, share the video. And just remember that all roads lead to MWA, men walking away, and cheers.